Like I say, welcome to Tough Crowds, Tough Cuts Volume 1. We put together a selection of scenes that we feel embody the show. What I have to explain, you know what that concept is. It's a best of show. You know, whatever anybody thinks about the show, we always say what we feel, and you always say what you feel. Here's an actual message we received on the message board from one of our viewers. These are all real message board things. Colin Quinn is a retard slut whore. Colin Quinn is not only an idiot, but also a douchebag. And the sad part of this is I actually cut the second half because it was too hurtful to me. I swear to God. Well, let's go to our first online posting. We had a lot of people talking about our racial content. This person writes, if you notice, nobody's off limits on their show. White, black, Hispanic, Asian, Jewish, Irish, Italian. You know, it's true. If you're one of these people that believes you can celebrate diversity as long as you don't point out that people are different, maybe you should take a look at this. But according to you, and I know you, black music, anything white people do is good, we stole from you.
Yes! Name one thing that you do naturally.
Computers.
That was Chinese. 60 years from now, they're going to try to say Eminem invented rap. Watch. White people would be slaves if they could, just to steal it.
How'd he get here? Somebody rub a lamp?
Black guys, we have such a bad history with cops that when they stop us, we're so ready to play the race card, we actually forget we're doing illegal stuff. What you stop me for? Because I'm black?
I don't hate white people, but you know, white people do stuff that piss black people off.
Like what? Breathe?
That's one of them. No, following us in stores, like we gonna steal
Quit
stuff.
stealing!
I ain't
Quit
stealing!
stealing! White people always trying to pretend racism doesn't exist.
Shut your
Will you
trap.
stop it? It's here. Enjoy it.
How many more apologies do you bastards need?
You didn't give us one.
Irish guys are like Puerto Rican women. After 30, they're finished. I don't want to share.
I practice affirmative action here on this show. Okay, look, today we got a Jew, an Italian, a black, and even a special needs person. Should affirmative action be part of the college admissions process, John?
I don't think you know the heartbreak of losing out, not getting into Harvard because, you know, a black kid takes your place and you have to go to your safety school Brown. I mean, it's heartbreaking for these kids. And, you know, it's the kind of pain that doesn't go away just because your parents send you to Europe for 3 months in the summer. A lot of times those kids have to backpack.
That's true.
Don't you think if you really believe in affirmative action, you, as white males, I'll say, would give up your job right now?
That has nothing to do
We're
with
not
it.
asking you. You're not a white male. You're a black woman. Relax.
I am a black woman. You're so good at this. Thank you. That shit all by yourself.
So tonight, we've each written down a few things that we feel you never get to hear our respective races own up to.
The double standard hit a new level when Trent Lott had to apologize for a remark deemed as pro-segregation on a network called Black Entertainment Television, which in its name says that it is pro-segregation.
I mean, black guys don't get hired in certain jobs. It's not racial, it's cultural. You can look like Donny Osmond, but if you show at the interview going, you know, where the white bitches at? You know, you ain't gonna get the job.
Why are you looking at me like, hold on, let me respond to this. He looked at me like I was the guy showing up at the place saying where the white bitches at.
As far as I'm concerned, anybody that says, you know, off the hizzle, shizzle, my nizzle is a moron, whatever his race is.
For shizzle, my nizzle used to dribble down in VA.
Yeah, but if you see those kids on CNN, they really are like old school, hardcore racists.
Why? What'd they say?
You know, they were like, we don't want them coons brushing up on that white girl.
They did not.
That's what it is. No, they didn't say it. You know what? No, they didn't say it, but they were thinking it.
The white dudes want the separate prom, not the white girls.
You know why the
white girls want to be at the black prom.
The bottom line is the white students said they wanted their own prom because they were afraid the black students were going to bring their kids.
You know, when we hold out the olive branch, you go, yo, why I gotta be an olive branch? What's wrong with a birch branch? We go, you know what? I never thought of it that way. We are racist. Then I ain't a birch branch. Oh, I can't have an olive branch? I can't be like everybody else? All I'm telling you is, don't you agree that we're damned if we do and damned if we don't from your community on issues such as this?
The hell did you just say? I don't even know what you just said.
And I never thought I'd say this. Paul, say something mean about white people. Get the show back up. I'm sorry for slavery. I'm sorry for Jim Crow. I'm sorry for the corrupt justice system. And most of all, I'm sorry for that whole Kenny G thing. Well, folks, when I'm going through the message board at 4 a.m., and yes, I realize I talk too fast and stutter. Yeah, thanks for the notes. I notice a lot of people post topics they'd like to see discussed on the show that they think are wild, like marijuana legalization, midgets, disabled people. Yeah, those were controversial in 1962. Tonight, we're going to talk about the death penalty. Now, I'm for it, but people go, oh yeah, but would you pull the switch? Yes, I'd pull the switch. I'd even pay money to, like Lance Bass did to become an astronaut. Actually, I'd pay money to pull the switch on Lance Bass. Now listen.
The death penalty, it seems like more than just a penalty. You know what I mean? Penalty is you lose a round,
points,
deduct a few points, but it's more than a penalty.
I think the younger you are when you commit a capital crime, the faster we should kill you before you get on a roll.
It does depend how retarded, though. You're right, man. I mean, if you sit somebody in the electric chair and he goes, "Where are we going?" That's too retarded.
So I've asked our panel to give us their last words if they were on death row.
First, I'd like to thank the people at Carnegie Deli for the delicious meal. Nothing settles a nervous stomach like a Dom DeLuise on Pumpernickel.
I loved Darryl Strawberry growing up. My favorite baseball player in the world. Darryl Strawberry got caught on the pipe. Only an idiot would get on the pipe because Darryl Strawberry got on the pipe.
If you can't read, you shouldn't own a gun. No offense, Patrice.
Give you one better.
I'm just saying.
If you do decide to make tests, culturally relevant, what are you going to have? Some test, like some math test, like if Jamal travels 6 miles in his Escalade to the other side of Crenshaw, how many 8-tray Crips will it take 2 hours to get 16 9mm past the 5.0 to pull a 187?
I don't do crack and I don't beat my wife because I'm trying to be a good role model. No, I don't feel like doing crack and beating my wife. I'm not trying to save the race.
The Academy Awards are a lot like the Middle East. They're unpredictable, explosive, and the Jews are in charge. I think we can all assume that if we threw them the Jews, this would stop right now.
All right. What?
I'm just being realistic.
What
I'm
do
not
you
saying
mean if you threw them the Jews.
If we just went to them, when the Jews would understand, we go to them, hey, it's just business.
Well, talking about the Jews, I'm getting out of here. I got a show coming on. I ain't trying to. Y'all ain't saying nothing about no Jews now.
All I'm saying is when you go into confession, you don't necessarily want the guy to go, "Oh, you think that's bad? You should heard what I did this weekend."
That's all I'm saying. I admit, it's a little suspicious when the confessional booth has a glory hole. I'm not going to lie. But I'll say something else, John.
Now you can have two sets of warriors. You can have the shites and you can have the Kurdish or the shites or the shoots, whatever you call those people there. They're fighting each other. They all wear the same sheets. You don't know who the hell's the sheets, who's the shites, who's the Kurdishes.
Hey, Mom, who told you to cut hair? OJ? Come on. Well, thank you. Well, thank you, folks. Welcome back to Tough Crowds, Tough Cuts, Volume 1. Here's a message from some red-blooded American male. It says, can somebody say Sarah Silverman? Come on, guys, you're letting me down. She's the hottest and always will be. Sarah's hot, but if you want to see this next scene, she's working with somebody who's actually hotter than her, if you can believe it.
You were one of the first people I met when I came to New York.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
What were you, 22 or something?
No, I was 18 when we met.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, you did know that, actually, because I remember when we met at the Comedy Cellar, I remember I told you I was only 18, but that didn't really seem to matter to you.
Maybe you were 18, that's right.
Yeah, it definitely was.
I don't think I was on TV at that time.
No, you were on TV because I remember when I met you, I was very excited and kind of starstruck, and I was very impressionable, and I was very vulnerable, and you took you took full, that behooved you.
So what is this new HBO series you got going?
Yeah, I might be doing something on HBO, but remember when I was 18 and you were like 30 and you had had like no problem making out with me and acting like, you know, really letting me believe that like you were my boyfriend.
Well, I was. I mean, I thought I was. What do you think of the Middle East situation? It's kind of a tough situation,
Yeah,
right?
it's a good thing to talk about the Middle East.
Yeah.
You know, because Israel is, it's a young country. We forget that. I mean, it's just like 50 years old, which, you know, in country years is like, say, 18. And it's a vulnerable country, and it's an impressionable country. The Arabs are like, you know, they really have a history, and they really kind of rest on that history and know that Israel is going to be impressed that they were on remote control and that they, you know, are a big deal. After the show, maybe I'll go downtown to like the college campus area and I'll rape a child.
Well, that's not exactly what happened.
No, we both can. We can both do it. We'll go downtown and we'll find some kids that probably have like seen us both on TV, and we'll take advantage of, you know, we'll put a little trance on them and we'll take advantage of them and we'll make out with them and then just laugh about it.
Yeah,
Get some beers.
I didn't laugh about it.
That's about it.
All right. So, all right. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Shut up, stupid.
Just shut up and do the job. Shut your mouth and you shut up. Welcome back. You know, the war with Iraq has inspired some intelligent, well-thought-out responses from our viewers. Here's one. This show is all about giving right-wing morons a forum to debate their uninformed political views. Sir, you're wrong. The show gives left, right, any morons, we don't care, a forum to debate their uninformed political views. Okay? There's no such thing as right and left anymore, you nincompoop. Look and learn. So this is war. Gird your limbs, stiffen your sinews, and let slip the fire-eyed maid of smoky war.
I'm pro-war, not just this war. I want war all the time. Okay?
Anti-war protests were ubiquitous this weekend. You heard me. I said ubiquitous. I know what it means.
This whole war is the result of George Bush and his oil industry puppet master.
I agree to that.
Now,
You sellouts, you let your people in this country don't vote, and you say that shit, you face.
I was kidding. I wanted to see Nick have an aneurysm.
Yeah.
We dropped the atomic bomb twice.
Yeah, but you know what? We're America. We should be allowed to blow stuff up.
I agree.
We're really good.
But I'm saying that's the way it used to be.
So don't you think our country is just a little bit insincere?
Yes, a little insincere and also a little hypocritical. I mean, you get like Michael Moore, we were talking about him, and I mean, it just seems like if you're going to dedicate your career to ranting about the excesses of American capitalism, you probably shouldn't weigh 450 pounds.
So should we torture Khalid Sheikh Mohammed?
I don't believe in torture. I really don't, guys. I think we should just turn him over to the ACLU and then apologize for provoking the attack by inventing airplanes and buildings and then educating that baboon in one of our universities.
Well, I think you're being sarcastic. And I just want to say...
Did you hear this? We're sending 1,000 New York City cops over to Iraq to restore order and help set up the police force. Now, they're not going to stand out. A couple of dozen Irish guys in Jets jackets, you know. Hey, genius, come here. You live here? You with the beard. Come here. Officer, that's not my camel. Because a lot of reporters are getting injured. Yeah, serious things are happening over there. People are getting hurt. Jennifer Eccleston, I was watching this the other day.
Via Tunisia and also Libya.
See? Baby's got the sniffles.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Saddam, if you touch one hair on her head, I'll fly there myself and bust you right in the eye. This Hassan Akbar, is that really biased or isn't it kind of strange? Can you imagine the Iraqi army having like a Colonel Morty Feinberg? No. If a guy's name is Al Akbar, he should not be the army. Thanks, folks. Folks, one of the things you got to understand about showbiz is if you're a certain look, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Denzel, you know, you're going to get some letters from the ladies. So, I got one right here. Colin is by far the best looking man on Tough Crowd. Woo. Damn fine hair and hot accent if you ask me. And you know what, if you ask me, miss? That's what I'd do to you if I ever caught up with you. Okay, let's go to this clip right now. What would your rules of dating be? Wanda Sykes.
I don't want to hear about your car. I don't want to hear about your ex-girlfriend. I don't want to hear about your boring-ass job. The most romantic thing you can do is relax, buy me drinks, and shut the hell up.
What are these pills?
What?
You're an addict.
Give me those.
A drug addict. I'm conflicted because I love you. Tell me that porno doesn't end up ruining your sexual relationship.
I never would have known about double penetration had I not seen a porno.
There you go. I went to the peep show. I'm in there, I'm flipping quarters in the place. I turn around, a guy had stuck his penis through a hole in the wall. Now I kick at it, and I'm mad now. I go to the manager, I'm like, yo, man, the guy just stuck his penis through the wall. This son of a bitch tell me I'm in the wrong section. I'm like, well, where the hell is the no sticking your penis in the wall section?
You know, I was watching too much. I was watching one of those perverted animal porn movies, and I recognized the goat from another movie.
I'm in this porno room.
Yeah.
And I put my penis through the wall. And out of nowhere, someone kicks it.
Your son or daughter is about to go on their first spring break. Give them some advice.
Son, the women might flash a titty at the bar or walk around the beach nude. That doesn't automatically mean you can grab on them. Ask permission first. And if that doesn't work, see what you can do with this fake police badge.
I would tell my daughter, please realize if she shows her tits for drink beads, how she would feel if her father took his penis out at MTV Spring Break in 1989. Bad example, but I will say this.
I really don't know what to say to a kid about sex, except this is our little secret.
How do you like my lighting? Here's a letter from a viewer who's very concerned about us. I'm sure it's very difficult for the comedians to come up with material for the show every night. I would say no, not at all. In fact, some of the material seems to write itself. This truly is a bunch of unmitigated failures and flops. It's nice to see you, Joey Fatone's father. Hello.
Shut up, Mr. Mid-Season Replacement. You're talking about the guy that brought the coach that brought the stripper up to the hotel, right?
No, I'm talking about the King of Prussia in 1640. I give that shirt back to Curtis Mayfield in 1961. Now listen.
So all I'm saying
Get
is,
that mitt out of my face, will you? I'm like Fay Ray. Get that hand off me.
Settle down there, Ton DMC.
A lot of There's nothing worse than a black nerd.
except for a white shellless turtle.
I used to have a nervous twitch where I would stare.
All right. You spent all this money. You and I could have sat down. I could have had a cigarette. He could have come in with very funny. They love it. We go home.
I like the fact that I could have had a cigarette as part of it. I think
The UN don't follow their own rules.
Yeah. When the UN don't, I think it doesn't.
Oh, please. Nick is a dumb dago working class bore. His IQ is under 100.
As far as my IQ, it is under 100, but that's only because your sister swallowed 40 points of it last night.
What I want to know is why you started off the show like Alibaba on that carpet there.
I don't know, but why did you start off this segment like Ali Bomber?
Wear another earring, we'll forget you're 60.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wake up.
You know what?
Smell the coffee with that nose.
This is good.
And finally...
If they really believe in the craft of it, they work really hard versus someone who just comes from an MTV game show and gets a career without any preparation.
You're probably going to take all the stuff when the show gets canceled and put it in your apartment, right? Right?
What else am I going to do? Leave it here so somebody else
As a matter
can
of fact,
steal it?
I would take good money that you're actually living here in the building right now.
Carl, that's a nice jacket. Does it come in leather?
Still hurt that show that they canceled that? It's not your fault. It was a great show.
No, it doesn't hurt. I'm really happy to be here doing your show instead of mine.
Can we talk and change the subject to Carrot Top? Has he become a tranny? He's got the transvestite makeup and now he's got the eyebrows gone. What's going on with him?
Why don't you ask him the next time you open for him?
Whoa! If I can quote the cook in Scarface when Tony and the other guy first went to work selling coke and they threw their robes up and the fat cook came out, "Hey, where aren't you guys going? There's dishes." I'll keep checking the message boards. You keep writing. Good night.